On the channel, we got one of the scariest guys in all of Eternia from the Masters of the Universe Mondo collectibles. We got Scareglow.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, back again with another Mondo He-Man and the Masters of the Universe unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got one of my all-time favorites. We got Scareglow. But for all your Scareglow needs, eBay, I'm not exactly sure. But for everything else, Mondo and action figure related, hit up Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10% on all in-stock items, anything over $79. Does ship free. Got to get a deal out there. But of course, this Scareglow was part of the timed edition. And of course, we're missing a bigger package over here. Of course, his steed, one Scaremare, has unfortunately been delayed. They were supposed to ship together. Mondo made the executive decision, I guess, to ship them separately. So we got Scareglow here. We're going to talk about him. And I'll guess we'll wait for a future date with Scaremare. But Scareglow, like I said, one of my all-time favorites. A character I didn't even know about till I was much older. Don't remember him as a kid at all. Of course, not in the cartoons. Never had his original action figure. But many years later, when the spooky skeletons were arriving to Masters of the Universe, we've had quite a few versions of him over time, including a previous Mondo one, which we'll compare this one to later in this very video, of course. But of course, we're going to do this unboxing like we do all the other unboxings on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And 2 Scareglows in my collection. I'm a maniac, but there's some maniacs out there with me, I am sure. But beautiful packaging on this one. We know how it works with Mondo. How cool is that? Looking good with all the colors there. And then that purple cape, just a touch of class, like a young Lando Calrissian right there as well. Mondo tag down here, of course. Masters of the Universe, 1/6 scale, Scareglow, deluxe figure. Same thing on the other side. And of course on the top, Masters of the Universe. Got a little bit of credits, a little UPC action there. And then of course on the back of the package as well, we do get the power of magnets. They always do compel us, of course. We do get a little image there, and we do get the cool window box. Typical Mondo packaging. I don't think it surprises anybody that's had a Mondo figure in the past. But it does say, Scareglow, evil ghost, serving Skeletor. With a wicked spell, Skeletor summoned the most evil warriors of the 5th dimensions. None more sinister than the fearsome Reaper in his own image. Powered by the darkness, Scareglow stalks the shadows of Eternia, the sharp blade of his scythe of doom illuminated by his terrifying figure. And of course he does glow in the dark, as we do know, which is always fun with the skeleton, always fun with any character, any action figure. I'm here for all the glow in the dark action figures. I think you guys know that by now, long-time viewers of the channel. There he is, removed from the packaging. Of course, you got to save your Mondo packaging. I'm not a big packaging saving guy, but man, you got to do it with Mondo. And we got all kinds of stuff going on, so I'm going to take this all out of the package, and we'll be back talking all things Mondo Scareglow. All right, we got Scareglow out of the package, and boy, oh boy, there is a lot going on. There's going to be some very hard decisions for me as far as how I'm going to display this, guys. There's a lot of different looks, obviously all a little bit similar, but a lot of cool ways you can go with this one. May even have to bring the prior version into this one, use some of these accessories with that one. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but let's dive in. Let's start with all these accessories first. Then we're going to work our way over to Scareglow. How about that? Sound good? Okay, sounds good. There we go. We do get the stand here. Of course, Mondo, always get a stand. Always appreciate a stand, especially on these very expensive figures. All the protection you can get. Nobody wants these guys diving off a shelf, that's for sure. But we do get a traditional stand right there. The traditional Mondo stand. And I guess next up will be the hands. 2 fists of Scareglow Fury right out of the package. He's ready to throw them skeleton punches in, of course, bunches. We also get a nice splayed out hand right here. A little, gonna mess with your hand. We also get a second one here with a little curvature to it, ready to go. And then we get 2 gripping hands. Not as fun, but probably going to have to use these 2 for him because we got so many weapons he can be wielding. But we do got those extra hands right there, traditional hands. But then we get some crazy effect piece hands right here. We do got one with a nice green orb, a little magic going around it here. Nice green color as well. Looking very, very cool on this one. Love his skeleton hands too. It reminds me of the Crimson Ghost, of course, the Misfits mascot there. He's kind of got a little bit of that vibe to him, I will say, on there. But love that right there. And then the last hand here, he's shooting out some plasma. I don't know what this is exactly here. Necroplaza? Oh, okay, Mr. Spawn. Todd McFarlane on the couch, of course. But I like on the end, it turns purple and it's got like a skull head there. So very, very cool. One of those ones that may make your arms sag over time. But man, so many cool different hand pieces for him. Going to be some tough choices being made here, of course, for Scareglow. Now we dive into the cape. Of course, 2 capes better than one, like a young Billy D. Williams. You get a more torn and tattered cape on this version over here. A much cleaner, more sophisticated cape on this side. Have to think that has to do with the original Scareglow looks that we'll get to when we talk heads. But 2 capes are better than one. Of course, wired cape throughout. Very nice, high quality cape. Nice cloth cape. Really like what I see right there, as you guys can imagine. Now diving into some of these weapons here, and he's got a lot of different stuff. This one I totally forgot about. This might be the coolest weapon right here. It is a bit of like a bendy wire inside there, but it looks like a huge long spine of a dragon or something. Like he ripped this right out of somebody. It is on a handle here with a little bit of green action. Got the black there, and then you got the skulls down on the bottom. It's basically like a whip is what Scareglow uses. But how cool is this? Very evil, very demonic. Looks like something out of Hellraiser, maybe, who knows, but very, very cool here. I do worry about the integrity of the plastic over time. I would hate to see this crack or kind of disintegrate, but man, oh man, feels very, very nice. Really do like that. Very, very premium feeling. Now we do get the big old axe right out of this one. Now we got this with the original Scareglow, but this is a little bit different colored here. This is a nice green, glow-in-the-dark green, of course. Once again, you got a little bit of gray in there, but mostly predominantly green. Very cool, a nice weapon. This is what I think of when I think of Scareglow as far as the weapons department right there. Now we're going over to like a more updated version, I guess would pair well with him out of the package here. A big old scythe going on, looking very cool, looking very mean as well. All kinds of nice ornate graphics into the sculpt there, looking very beautiful. Handle like nice and wrapped, got the rope wrapped around there, of course plastic though. More skulls on the bottom. We're seeing a theme, we're seeing a trademark right there. Very, very cool. Love the kind of turquoisey green kind of color going on with this one. However, it also plugs out. So you do remove these, and that's where the more spooky effect pieces come into. You can see the nice translucent plastic green. Same kind of thing going on, but you just plug these in like so. Look at that. You can mix and match, do both all full on green, do either or, but very, very nice, very, very high quality. Once again, going to be very difficult to choose what weapon to use with Scareglow right here, but I do like the looks of that. Then we do got the big old, I don't know what, it's almost like a mace is what this one is, but once again, you got the skulls on the bottom down here in green, you got a little green on the top, black handle, you got a real rope in between here, I guess chain more like it. You got that going, connect here to a connector, you got more skulls there, and you got the sharp ends. He swings this around, hits you. Not a good day at the office right there. So another very, very cool weapon here with Scareglow. And the last accessory before we dive into the head sculpts here, we saw this the first go around as well. You put this around his arm, of course, and you got Castle Grayskull right there at the top. Of course, he's doing some things in the shadows, and this is part of his master plan right there. I understand getting the most out of your molds on that one makes a lot of sense to me. But now, here we are, we're at Scareglow, and we're going to start with the head that's out of the package. I got to say, this is a very cool look out of the package. This is a very cool head out of the package. Of course, the skull head here looking very cool, looking very menacing. Love that we got jaw articulation. Always adds a lot to a skeleton figure. And then you got those red, bright, jewel-like eyes in there. Very, very cool. And then you got a very worn, torn, and tattered skull head on him. It's got kind of like that egg white color, I don't know, yolk color maybe. It's not just a clean white, it's grimy. That's the way he should be. And he's got all these cracks in his skull like he's been hit and broken and been in battle after battle. Just very, very cool. Absolutely do love the head on this one. I mean, this is Scareglow when I see this one. But we do have extra heads with him, and we got a little bit of a transition through the years maybe. We got a regular head here before he turned to darkness. I guess he was well on his way with these bright green eyes. Got the horns on the helmet, the full-on helmet head here. Looks very good, very human-like in the face. Far cry from what he looks like out of here. I love this here, but I don't know anybody that would display this head. With such a cool skeleton, I just feel like, I don't want to say it's a waste. I love that they give us these things, but I just don't know anybody that's going to use this one. Maybe there's somebody hardcore out there buying 5 of these. They're going to display each looks. Maybe, but very, very cool there. But then the second head, we see the transformation continuing. We got the broken off horns on the side. We got the helmet cracked and busted up. You got some green ooze coming out of there. You got it in the face, coming out of the mouth. You got the open mouth. You got the bronze gold eyes there, looking very cool as well. Just a dark, menacing head sculpt on this one. Absolutely do love this second head, as we're transitioning into Scareglow, of course. And then I would say the third head would be the Scareglow right here, but then we go to the fourth head where we take it another step where you do got the flames, the green flames coming up. Once again, skeleton head here. You even got the flames in the mouth. You got the articulation in the jaw once again, which I love. Those bright red eyes. Man, oh man, how cool is this? Once again, every head sculpt gets better than the last one, until possibly the last head sculpt right here. I like that they threw this in. I don't think I'll be using this. Maybe put this on the old one. Maybe that's a possibility, but it's a throwback to the original Scareglow. You got that head going there. So that is pretty cool as a throw in. Dare I say almost like an Easter egg there, but man, 5 head sculpts for this one is so hard to choose. It's like sometimes these figures, I would almost like them to dial it back and give us less. And that just seems wild because we want everything under the sun. But it's like, it's too hard to make a decision. And I'm not one of those people that puts it on display and then, okay, a month later, I'm going to switch this head. I'm going to switch this hand. I just don't do that. Maybe I should start doing that. I'm sure there's people watching this that do that. But then you got to have the accessories, everything in a handy, ready to go. It just seems like a big chore. But at the same time, I do love that they give us this stuff. So it's really a conundrum. It's a conundrum. That's what it is, Todd McFarlane, a conundrum. There you go. But now we're diving into Scareglow himself. And I guess we'll start with the cape on this one. Once again, wired cape looking very good here. Love the wired, torn and tattered. Looks like something a scary, spooky skeleton would have, something like this. But you do have that. And you also got the wire in the collar, of course. Big high collar here, of course, a power move, as we do know on this channel here. Looking very, very good with that. You do got the overlay over the top in plastic. Kind of reminds you of Skeletor's kind of overlay. A little higher up on him, though, I will say. And then you got the real chain hanging in front there, looking very good. And he does have very cool chains dangling throughout on him. Always love stuff like that. Makes him extra spooky, extra scary with those chains rustling in the night, of course. Even got some torn and tatteredness of that cape going in the front, and once again you get the wire in that, which is very, very cool. You get the 5 Dimensions Championship title belt right here. You've got a little face in there looking very nice. And you even got almost some wrappings like a mummy would have. And then he's got the wrappings. They do continue down into the feet here. And he does got the shin guards going on here. And it looks like Dodger Blue for old Mike Piazza back in the day. Oh, shout out to Mike Piazza. Back when the Dodgers were a little bit more tolerable. Of course, everybody, I know you two on the couch as well, we all hate that 88 Los Angeles Dodgers. Kirk Gibson, get out of here. You should have stayed in Detroit. Get out of here. Beating my Oakland A's. I still think it was fixed. Who knows? But we do got the Dodger protection down there. And then, of course, you do got the big old skeleton feet here with some sharp toenails on him. Somebody needs to work on those toenails. Don't they say after you die, your toenails keep growing, though? Is that the case? I thought I heard that one time. So maybe he's got that problem going on. Who knows? We got the wrappings on the forearms as well. You do got a little protection there on the forearms with a little purple there. That is, of course, removable with the hands. So a lot of this is going to be removable for us right there. Arms, of course, go all the way around on this one. Very tight joints, as you can imagine. Not a bad idea to heat this bad boy up, as you can imagine with these ones and the extra pricey nature of this. Nobody wants broken joints, anything like that. I will say Mondo's been all over the place, quality control. The original Masters Universe figures, I had a lot of issues. I'd have some broken weapons, some broken hands from time to time. That was giving me fits, like my grandma would say. It's giving me fits, Kyle, and that's what it would be giving me fits as well. But I have had some issues with that. And then most recently on the channel, we had a very tough go with Mondo as we closed out 2024, specifically with the X-Men animated series figures. A lot of quality issues with those. And then we dived into the Spider-Man figure, quality issues with those. Very, very disappointing, of course. Mondo, very good customer service out there. They do handle these things. They do get them fixed, but man, they shouldn't when you think of Mondo and you think of figures, okay, we get 50 of these figures a year. That's probably high. Let's say it's 25, maybe something like that. That's probably even high. The quality control is pretty rough. When you have 6 of those 25 having issues, that's not good math when you compare it to Hasbro, who maybe they put out 200 figures for the year or 500 figures. You'll always have quality issues, but not as many as you see with Mondo, which has to be a more premium product. At least in my examples, unboxing here on the channel. I like Mondo. I like Hasbro. I have no problems with anything. I vote with my wallet. I buy what I like at the end of the day. That's what you should be doing. It should be fun, should be stress relief, should be something off the beaten path that brings you joy. But obviously broken figures, no matter what company it is, doesn't bring joy. At least it doesn't for me. Some of you sick people out there do get enjoyment when my figures break in the video. I get it, but it's a tough day at the office for old Kyle right here. But it does look really good. Whoa, stop the clock. And unfortunate have to stop the clock as things were going so well with this Mondo Scareglow. I love this figure. This is a great figure. It's early. We're about almost 2 months into 2025, but this was, maybe is still, we'll see, my Mondo figure of the year. Like I said, we're early. However, I get done with the review as I usually do, and I box everything up, take it to the studio, take the glamour shots. You guys know how it works around here. And unfortunately, it just waited for the camera to be off. And I guess fortunately for me, unfortunately for you, I had an absolute meltdown because unfortunately, this right leg does not stay in. It does not stay in. The minute I used the articulation on this one for the leg, this slipped right out, which, okay, it looks like a hand. It threads in, no big deal. Stick it in there, nothing. It's not staying at all. It's not even sticking in there. So what are we doing once again, Mondo? It's just absolutely infuriating. I talked about it in this very video, depending where I splice this in, but we pay a lot of money for these figures, especially this guy, extremely expensive. 25, 50 Mondo figures a year, whatever it is. There's way too many quality control issues with Mondo for as little amount of figures as they put out there. So very disappointing. I know, I hear it in every single video with Mondo issues. Contact their support. Their support is great. I agree. It is great. I like it. They always fix it. They give me a new Goblin head. They're going to supposedly send me another Spider-Man body. They've fixed hands. They've sent me missing parts. They've done all that. But guess what? They shouldn't have to do that. Can't be a good thing for Mondo when they have to give you a whole new body to replace something. That's not a good day at the office. Just very, very frustrating. All the issues between hands and joints and paint and things. I don't know what's going on with the quality control with Mondo across the board. We just had way too many issues. And like I said, it's one thing to have issues with a $20 figure. We work hard for our money. It's not good there. But when we're talking hundreds of dollars for a figure, come on, what are we doing here? So I am very hopeful Mondo can fix this stuff. Obviously, I'll send them an email, figure out what's got to go on. But very disappointing. This doesn't even stick, doesn't even click in there. Man, oh man, what are we doing? I should mention the skeleton body underneath, of course, so it is a typical skeleton. But you got like some musculature, is that what it would be? I don't know, but you got some muscle in there, some like tendons and stuff, making him a little bit creepier, making him remind me of something like out of Hellraiser or something. Maybe Hellraiser 2, who knows? Choose your own Hellraiser movie there. But looks very good. But diving back into the articulation, elbow, single jointed elbow, side to side, bicep cut, hands removable back and forth, side to side, head removable back and forth, side to side. You get the hula hoop up top, of course, a lot of movement right there. Traditional waist, not as much movement, but a little bit of movement there, of course. And these chains just kind of get in the way of the articulation, but you got a little bit of splits there for Scareglow. Of course, he's a skeleton that likes to do the splits. A little bit of up in the leg, not a ton of movement in the legs for these, as we do know. Double jointed knee, squeaky knees, and I guess I'm getting squeaky knees too, Todd McFarlane, just like you and your squeaky toes. We've got some squeaks going on. Hear that squeaking going there, but you do got the double jointed knees. You do get the ankles back and forth, side to side, up and down. No toe articulation. Yeah, it's true. No toe articulation on this one here. But a very, very cool figure. There is no doubt. Going to be very, very difficult to decide how to display this guy. I'm being honest here. This could be one of the most challenging Mondo figures to choose which way I want to go as far as the head display, as far as the weapon display. There's a ton of different combinations you can do with this figure, which is very fun, but man, it's hard to figure out exactly what you want on your shelf. And I could just see me putting him up on the shelf and then saying, you know, maybe I need to do this and I need to change it all. So we'll see what happens there. I did mention Scareglow earlier. Still an amazing figure. This isn't one where I'm like, I'm replacing it with this one. This is worth keeping in the collection. I love this Scareglow as well. You got a more of a yellow bone tone to him. He's got the yellow bones going on, and maybe it'd be good to put this head over here on this one. So there's a lot of different stuff you can do. I think that is one thing that is pretty fun if you own both of these. Maybe there's something you like or didn't like about this one. You want to use some of these parts, you can bring it over here. Maybe there's something you're missing out on over here. You can bring these parts to this one. You can really choose your own adventure, so you can be creative as you want to be, especially if you have both of these in your collection. But both of them are very, very cool. This one, a lot more grimy, a lot more evil looking. So I am going to prefer the new one, the new shiny toy, of course. But this one still does hold up as well. So I really enjoyed this Scareglow. Some tough decisions for me to figure out exactly how I'm going to display it, but I'll figure it out. I always do. But there it is, old Scareglow. What's your guys' thoughts on this one? This guy worth a pickup for you? Did you have the old one? Too rich for your blood? I hear that a lot as well, and I totally understand that as well. But let me know your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. You made it this far, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're nearing in at 50,000 subscribers. We got a March special 5-year anniversary of the channel video. If we can hit 50,000 by then, we're going to do 5 giveaways. 5 giveaways around the 5-year anniversary. So if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do. Appreciate the support over there. Check out my other YouTube channel as well. Videos every day over there as well. Subscribe to that one. Don't forget Patreon for early access to all the videos on this very YouTube channel and my other YouTube channel. Plenty of content to keep you busy and your best way to support the channel. Check out my TikTok channel. Oh boy, sick dance moves over there. I'm working on a Scareglow dance. Maybe that'll be over there soon. We'll see. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, and that's it. So for Scareglow, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
We're going to